Thank you a lot. So it is time for the evening that we come here for. It's time for the presentation of our 2016 Women Honoring Women Honorees. As the chair of the celebration, I have the absolute pleasure of introducing these extraordinary women to you. And thanks to our friends at wHw Hometown News and Alyssa Martin, we have the opportunity to share each of their stories with you through the magic of video. So instead of listening to me, our first honoree is Lynn Caffery.
As life would have it, Caffery spent time in jail, but it was then that she began to turn her life around.
And I got into prison. A social worker helped me change my life.
At that moment, Caffery knew what she was called to do, take kids off the streets who had endured what she had in the past.
And if I can keep one child from having to go through what I went through, then it's all worth it.
As the executive director of Tennessee Valley Family Services Incorporated, Caffery has successfully taken 98 kids off the streets. The program targets teens ages 16 to 22 years old and is the only program of its kind in Alabama.
Help them get out of the streets, out of human trafficking aspects, out of being homeless or abusive situations. We work with them with trauma therapy and drug treatment.
Caffery describes those in the program as her own children.
We are their family. We help them overcome obstacles that's been in their life, just as somebody helped me overcome mine.
By becoming a voice for the victims, Caffery says she's humbled to be honored for something that she's so passionate about.
I'm just me. And to be honored for something that you love to do, that it's not a job to you, you know, it's a passion, is amazing. But it does make me feel good because I have come so far. And my life's just been a major journey.
In Huntsville, Alyssa Martin, wHw Hometown News.
You for coming tonight and for helping us to celebrate this milestone in our lives. The WEDC Foundation has chosen me as an honoree, and my heart is humble and grateful for such an honor. I never would have dreamed my life would be where it is now, or that I would be standing here in front of you to accept such an honor. I want to share that. The people who took me in, they were severely sexually and horribly, physically, mentally abusive. They kept me locked in a bathroom at age of 5, and I looked out the window and I seen other kids playing, and I wanted to go outside and play too. I was beat so severely that I shut off all my emotions until the age of almost 30. At age 11, I left home to live on the streets, and an outlaw biker gang took me in. They hooked me on meth and heroin and trafficked me through the clubs and different people from person to person, selling drugs for them and to whoever they could. I was eventually picked up by the Mexican cartel, and they trafficked me into Mexico and had me transporting guns and drugs between our countries. As you can imagine, I was totally beaten down. I had no self-esteem. I was told and believed that I was ugly, fat, worthless, and would never make anything of myself. I had no education and no way out. I tried to take my life several times. Finally, my life was forced to change when I was arrested and sentenced to a 20-year sentence in prison. In prison, I had a session in 1998, but college courses were taken away from inmates and I had to put my education on hold. When I got out of prison in 2001, my first job was at Mullen's Restaurant, where they hired me to give me an opportunity to change my life. I also got a job as a house parent with Tennessee Valley Family Services. At that time, we worked with kids in DHR. I started my own cleaning business, and and then I ended up working at Huntsville Hospital as a runner and then a supervisor in environmental services. During all this time, I also worked to further my education by taking one college course at a time. I didn't know if you know this or not, but because I had been in prison, I didn't qualify for Pell Grants. So I had to work to pay for every bit of my college and every bit of my education. Tennessee Valley Family Services wanted to start a street outreach program, and they asked me to help build the program. For 4 years, I worked at Huntsville Hospital at night, did street outreach during the day, and fit my college in between. I had to do it online. The street outreach, I worked with homeless and trafficked youth. They asked me to come to work for them full-time to run the street outreach program and the transitional living program. They had just received the grant to work with 16 to 22, the ages of the children. With the blessings and encouragement, and after a lot of prayer, I left Huntsville Hospital with my supervisor's blessings to follow a dream to help kids that come from where I once was. I made this commitment because there were no programs for me to go to, and I ended up in prison. I wanted to give others the chance that I didn't have. As of today, I am the executive director, owner of Tennessee Valley Family Services. I hold a criminal justice administration bachelor's degree with concentration in human resources. I just graduated 2 weeks ago with my master's in public administration. I'm certified in 36 different programs. I'm 1 out of 12 in the United States at Safe Place and Off to take care and train wHw programs on human trafficking and exploitation of youth. I work now alongside, instead of running from, Huntsville Police Department, Homeland Security, and the FBI. We are a small agency at Tennessee Valley Family Services right now, with a long-term plan to remodel our home and to be able to house more youth and help them overcome the trauma that they have endured. With patience, persistence, passion, perseverance, and a lot of perspiration, makes for an unbeatable combination for success. Martin Luther King said it best: if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then you crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Thank you, wEDC Foundation, for the work you do to help women overcome many obstacles and have a chance for their passion and become successful women in the community. I would like to thank every one of you for being a community that a lot of you help our children. And I'm just blessed to accept this honor, and I'm very humbled. Thank you.